Hello, and this is Liberty and Free Freedom with Harper. And you know what, Harper? The echo's back.
Oh, we went through all that just
Oh,
to have it.
yeah. So we started. You see that it's supposed to be 7 o'clock, and we started at 7:15. That was one of the reasons because we were coming back, and all I could hear is the echo of myself. So first thing, before we really get into anything, let me just ask anyone that is listening: do you hear me echoing right now? Because if not, I would just soldier through and just keep hearing myself speak twice.
Because earlier he could hear himself better than he could hear me, but I'm usually the one with the tech issues, so.
And now I don't know, Harper, because it seems like it's doing something weird on your end. So I don't know.
Oh, oh Lord.
See, that's kind of the things. I guess because we've been gone for so long, it just kind of, it's kind of just our the flow is kind of getting messed up.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, okay, okay. Tammy says no echo for me. So if I sound any better, so um, I don't know. I'm just like I said. If she says there's no echo, oh, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got one in Spanish. I have no idea. I can't translate
Subtitles.
that. Yeah. Um, matter of fact, I think. Whoa, I think we lost. Well, no, Harper's coming back. I don't know. It's like Harper's like you going out, you going in and out. I'm echoing uh, on my end at least. So let's just. I know what. I'm just gonna quit complaining.
Let's just.
And so let's just get right into it. So Bledsoe, Texas is a chapter of Bledsoe Foundation, and it's a black exit from the left, from the victim narrative. And you want to get more information, just go to BlexitFoundation.org. So if you hear me pausing a lot, it's because I'm hearing myself and trying not to trip over my own words. So just I guess a little inside baseball, I guess. Um, Now, actually, in putting this together, Harper, you basically had all the topic ideas that some I was already thinking of. So, but basically, I'm gonna let you just what you want to talk about first.
Let's talk about those Texas Democrats. I mean,
All right, that's yep, perfectly fine. So, I mean, if people don't know that there is a special session going on, and really there's nothing going on at all because the Texas Democrats got decided to skip town and didn't. They wanted to do what they can to try to stop this election integrity bill, or basically anything else. And so that's what they're that's where they're at right now. So Harper,
yeah, the same people that were mad about Ted Cruz hightailing it to Cancun are sitting on here in a private plane, looking like they're on the best vacation of their lives. And, just no, I thought this was supposed to be a pandemic, the one that they keep on telling us that we're in. Yet, um, they're over here on a getaway trip.
yeah, flying on Delta variant airline,
Yeah.
and with the case of beer.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering where this is. What's the end game in this? Um, I mean, is Governor Abbott going to keep on calling special sessions until something comes about, or I'd be more surprised Governor Abbott just gives up honestly.
Yeah. Well, now he
But
has
then
a
again,
scapegoat.
you know,
Yeah, now he has a good scapegoat. He could just say, "Well, I tried," and and he said he was
yeah,
going to arrest them as soon as they got back. Still waiting on that to happen.
and I know also we were seeing that where these Democrats that were in leadership had their positions stripped from them. Now, my thing is, as I posted on my page, is that these Democrats shouldn't have had the positions in the first place.
Yeah.
But you have Republican leadership, always wanting to, I guess, lend up olive branch and try to be able to bipartisan and try to play nice. And here he's bite them in the butt now.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what they do. That we need to be civil and work together, and it always seems to backfire and hurt us in the end. Meanwhile,
And it's
they're,
and it's
um,
only a one way street
yep.
because they're not going to do the same.
Yep.
Now, speaking of the Governor Abbott, now in saying that he may just just to say, okay, well, I tried and not do anything. That may change because of primary challenges. He got this. I guess he had this contested primary. I guess because um, at this point you got a lot of people that are jumping in to want to be the Republican governor for the general next year.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of heated debates going on right now, especially not just in Texas, but nationwide, really, about um, basically about everything, but especially about the governor primary race.
Yeah, actually, I I don't think I've mentioned this to you. I was going to mention to before we started, but we had all these technical issues. But I am, I guess, looking to get some of the gubernatorial, Texas gubernatorial candidates on this live stream. Hopefully, it
Ooh.
will go a lot better than what we're doing right now. I can imagine trying to interview and hearing myself and trying not to stutter all over the place. But yeah, so in maybe next month or the month after that or whatever, I'm well kind of going back to the CPAC because that's where the idea actually came from. I just was walking around. I like, you know what? Maybe I should try to reach out to some of these people, and some of the people that I know that are running, I know personally, and some that I know that are part of the communications team or some of that. So I can kind of ask them would they want to come on and basically just talk about what they want to do for the state and stuff like that. So right now we'll see. Hopefully, it may start next month, but no promises. Right? So I'm just letting you know. I don't know. Yeah, because I didn't tell you that, right, Harper? Oh, Harper, you there? See, now see, it seems like it's going to be just me again. um, but yeah, so that's what we're looking to do in the next coming months. So hopefully, once I find out, in time, we could put out a graphic or something like that. So lot more you can know. Now, speaking of that, I brought up CPAC, and a lot of us from the executive team was just was at CPAC. It was me, Shane, Harper was there, and Lisa. So so it seems like Harper's gone. She might be coming back, but yeah, we're having a lot of these technical difficulties. Now, the fact that you just seeing me, but I'm also hearing me. So really, it was like there's two people here because I'm talking, and as soon as I finish, my sinners come right behind me. So, so it's almost like I'm talking to myself. But I'm like I said, I'm gonna keep going through. And so yeah, well, CPAC, it was a great time because at being at Dallas, and I've gone to Washington D.C. a couple of times, and also the one in Florida, and it was the same vibe that you will have in D.C. and Florida. It was I guess a little bit smaller as far as I guess an intimate view of it. And hey, what's up, Harper?
Hey,
Huh.
yeah, I was just about to mention that we actually interviewed. So he's not running for governor, but um, he might as well in the future. Matt Rinaldi, he's actually the current Texas GOP chair. So since we were talking about maybe having some candidates on the show,
Harper, I,
can you hear me?
do you hear the echo of yourself?
No.
Uh, I'm hearing the echo of you, and I'm hearing the echo of me.
Oh.
Like I said, I don't know how everyone that is listening and that's watching this, do they hear echoes of both of us? Because I'm hearing both now.
I don't think they do, but maybe it's.
I don't know. I don't want to have to start over.
No, I'm. Well, y'all let us know if you can hear it. Believe me, we can talk all day. So I don't
Yeah.
want to like.
Okay. So okay, Jenny said no echoes.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
All right.
I'll
So
take her word.
I'm gonna stop my complaining for the third time and just go.
Uh,
So what you were saying?
yeah, I was saying. So since we're talking about potentially interviewing governor candidates, we
Hmm.
actually did something similar. A few, well, more than a few, but a while back, we interviewed Matt Rinaldi, who's the current GOP chair.
Yeah. You know what? I could have pulled that interview and just played it. I mean, this was long before he was um was running to be a chairman. But yeah. I mean, yeah, we could have him on too.
Yeah, the chairman's race is a whole nother. That I mean, that could be like 2 episodes right there in itself.
Yeah.
That was
Now, personally, I'm glad that Matt Rinaldi won
me
because
too.
of all the people because that's someone that I've known and I really think he's a, a good chairman for the Republican Party of Texas.
Yeah.
Now, well, I also wanted to mention too about our events for Black to Texas because we just had an event where we had school supplies, and we just had our social that was yesterday. And so if you want to participate and just go to one of these events, go to Blessed Texas our Facebook page and sign up to be a member, and you'll get an email telling you about everything going on. So Harper, I mentioned about CPAC, and I only saw you once.
Yeah.
Now, it's one of those things where you kind of where you see people and you say, okay, all right, this is a long event. I'll see them later on.
Mhm.
So I saw you like on the first day, and I was like, I was going to stop. I don't know. I waved or whatever,
Mhm.
and I was like, okay, I'll see Harper later. I
Yeah,
never saw you again. Were you there the rest of the day?
um, see, I thought the same thing. I saw Brian. I'm like, all right, I thought I was gonna see you at least, once every few hours or so. But yeah, I turned into Casper the ghost, and never heard from me again until just now. But I was at the pool a lot of the time, and
Oh,
just
okay,
but yeah, I mean, I saw a few of the speakers.
okay. So I mean, you've been to CPAC before, right? Yeah.
I
Yep.
Yeah, my first one was the one earlier this year.
Oh, okay. The one in Orlando.
Hmm.
Okay, so you still haven't had went to the I guess the full scale of it.
Yeah,
Um,
I've
because
been
the
to all the
one in
knockoffs.
Orlando, yeah, the one in Orlando was kind of was a watered down version of it because you still had the COVID protocol and the social distance and all that and the mask and all that. So that's what's going on in Orlando. Now in Dallas was closed. It
Yeah.
was pretty much the same. It just like I said was a little bit smaller. So like up in DC, it's just so everything you saw in Dallas just multiplied by two or three.
Yeah.
That's how it is in DC.
Because in Dallas,
Now,
I was looking around. I'm like, this can't be all the conservatives that are. I mean,
yeah, I also think when it comes to travel, because I think a lot of people still don't want to put up with all that you got to do as far as COVID just to fly. It's not like they don't want to go. It just having to go through all the mask and all that and getting harassed and all that. It's just like what I don't even want to go. And so I think that's one thing that's keeping a lot of people, especially going to something to like a national conference like CPAC. So,
yeah.
so what did you think about the time you was there?
Um, I actually really liked it. It was interesting because especially whenever Caitlyn Jenner, I don't know if I should even mention that or not. That's how controversial it is, but I'll just briefly touch on it and say there were people who were in their feelings about it for sure. There was a lot of mixed emotions going on.
Yeah, yeah. That definitely brought a lot of attention
Yeah.
because I mean, for one, you saw like this big group of people that just kind of just going around, and you're like, who is this? And so yeah, so I mean, you know, Caleb was doing a whole bunch of interviews at a broadcast row and stuff like that. So I mean, and I guess it didn't get kicked out. So it wasn't like the TPS USA event.
Too soon, too soon.
People didn't know about that,
Still recovering.
but hold on, did you go to that?
No,
Oh,
I wish I did that now. I didn't know how that was going to go on, but
all right. Well, quick, if people don't know, look, apparently there was a porn star at this student event for Turning Point USA, and then had had her tickets revoked, and well, they refunded her money and told her she can't attend, because she's a porn star.
yeah.
um, and also this was an event geared for young people, for students. So that was a you know I understand if you know the fact that what she does and all of that. And my thing was that, well, was she causing the disturbance?
Yeah.
uh, like what was going on? Um, because I've seen a number of times. It even happened at CPAC, because if someone, regardless of who they are, if they're causing a disturbance, they're going to get kicked out. Um, but now if someone is attending and paid money, not as long as they didn't, wasn't invited, stuff like that. But if someone paid their money and wanted to attend, um, I wouldn't think it any different as a liberal that paid the money that want to watch. If a liberal want to pay and watch the speeches and all that, and don't cause a disruption, you know, good. Come and hear something. Maybe you might hear something change your life. I mean, that's the way I feel if we were talking about it, if like a Christian conference. If you had an atheist coming into a Christian conference, I'd be like, well, okay, you can, as long as you're not causing any trouble and just want to, attend like everyone else, you're more than welcome. But like I said, with the TPUSA situation was a little different because, like I said, this was an event that was basically for kids.
Yeah.
Well, you had kids in attendance because you had high school students. Because this was, well, this is the name of the event was Student Action Summit.
Mhm.
So you're talking about high school kids in there along with college. So and also you got parents of these kids here, and so yeah, I mean of all the events for someone like that to come to, why come to that one? So
Yeah.
that's something I would ask for her. Like, why of all would you come to this? Like, if she came to CPAC
Yeah.
and was like I just said, would just paid her way and was just there and not causing any trouble, all right, fine. If she would have got kicked out of CPAC, I was like, okay, I would. Why? What was she? Did she do something? Look, I don't agree with her lifestyle, but still, she was she didn't do nothing. She paid the money, and she's there. So
Yeah, I'm trying to for me it's like I'm trying to put myself in the place of a parent. Like oh my like 16, 17, whatever 18-year-old kid
yeah,
comes back and tells me they were hanging out with a porn star. I
yeah,
would be like I would be calling up Turning Point USA and be like,
yeah,
look here, Charlie, we need to.
yeah. That was crazy. Um, well, I did not mean to go into this for a while. Um,
but but I mean,
all right,
I get why Turning Point did it.
yeah,
But
I understand too.
on the other hand, let me also say because now this woman is actually, she's not even if she was just a random person, um, that would be she would have whatever right. But she is active in the conservative movement, if you want to call her conservative or not. That's up
Yeah.
to you. But she writes for the Federalist, and she was interviewed by the Daily
Hmm.
Wire. But my problem with some of her arguments, she was saying that it's free speech for her to be there, but if you're a conservative pushing free enterprise, Turning Point USA is a private organization, so they get
Yeah,
to choose who they want to associate with themselves, and
it's
it looks
all in the
bad.
terms and conditions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess it's another thing. Now, like you mentioned, as far as about if people want to, because she calls herself a conservative, and some people say like, what, there's no such thing as a conservative porn star, which okay, I hear that and I could agree with that. But here's the thing I wanted to mention. Um, I would actually want to know what her positions are. Because think of it like this: because all of us that consider ourselves conservatives. Um, we there's probably one or two things that we don't agree with. So let me put it this way. I did not mean to get into this, but
We're
okay.
good. Let's
So,
do it.
let me just go this way. So, someone is pro-life, pro-gun, limited government, um, low taxes, and I'm just trying to think of some other issues as far as that, like conservatives. And you put all of that, but of all of that, they do porn, or um, or I'm trying to think of some, like if you have all these different um issues that one person agrees with, but one part they disagree with. Now, I don't know anything about this woman. She could be a full out socialist, just call herself a conservative. Like she could not believe in none of this and just call herself that. But even in other situations where you have um, someone that could be pro-gun, limited government, but pro-choice, or someone that is pro-choice, um, someone that is pro-life, pro-gun, but not for limited taxes or low taxes or no taxes. Like they're for progressive taxation. So stuff like that. What I'm mentioning. Like I don't know anything about this lady, but there you go. Harper. Yeah. So anyway, I'm done with that. We got 5 minutes. Go ahead, Harper.
On on the situation or on the Biden situation.
Not no, not the TPUSA.
Yeah. um, let's like. Well, I guess we only got 5 minutes. Let me just free ball it.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. That's enough for me to talk about Biden. All right. So this. All right. So there's as we all. I mean, we don't even have to look at the statistics or numbers or anything. We just have to go to the store and pump gas and see that there's a record number of inflation going on right now. And I noticed how
Yeah.
at least during Trump's administration, they would always post the job reports because there were good numbers. Um, and every quarter, something like that, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we added this many jobs." No, I notice how nobody does that now.
Oh, Harper. I think you broke up in at the end there.
Yeah, I notice how nobody does that now. I mean, it's like non-existent anymore. You would think that nothing's going on positive anyway.
Yeah, I mean the I guess the economy and how things are going on right now. It just I don't see an end in sight, honestly. I mean, because we're still in the beginning of this administration, so I don't see how anything can change until after the midterms. Honestly,
And there's nothing really from Biden either. You have the press secretary uh, basically getting softball questions from every reporter, and even then she's still fumbling. So it's like, okay. And then you have Kamala, who's acting more presidential than Biden is. Biden's basically uh, as awake as he was on the campaign trail.
yeah, it's a. I mean, the fact that he just doesn't really show up a lot, and just I mean, I don't know if anyone saw that town hall, but um, not many people were there for that. I mean, you saw that town hall.
Now, sometimes I know that they've done this. They've had chat done this in the past. They
It
have
was a
like some
small town.
staffers.
Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, they usually have some staffers in there to fill the seats, pack the room a little bit, to make it look like somebody showed up. But
Yeah,
no,
yeah. Like I said, we're talking about this was a town hall. It was. Well, we're talking like small town in the middle of nowhere, because that's what the attendance was like.
yeah, and they had the nerve to talk about Trump's Tulsa rally that they were like, oh yeah, it only had like 50,000 people or something like that.
Only had.
Yeah. Look at this pathetic showing.
I know. I'm, don't forget, that's 81 million votes right there. That's you know, that's what it is. I mean, that's what I mean, apparently.
Most in history.
Yep, that's right. Even more popular than Obama. That's right. Yep. That's the story, and they're gonna stick to it.
Yeah.
Now, one thing before we go, given that this is Blexit Texas, we do have another election coming up. That's right. We got a special election on July 27th. Even though it's just for the 6th congressional district, which is and bad for me for not looking up the counties, but it is Tarrant County, small part of Tarrant, Ellis County, and I think Johnson County. And that's my fault for not looking them up. But yeah, but it's the 6th congressional district, and you have basically two Republicans running. And so for people that are in that district, which I am, and also I will be serving as an election judge for the first time. So that's kind of, you know, I mean, I've been an election judge, but it was alternate. But this time it's my responsibility to sign all the ballots and stuff. So the race is between Susan Wright and Jake Ilsen now. So it's we, like I said, it's two Republicans running it, which I don't know how big the turnout going to be.
Just it, I'm sure you guys are not going to stop counting ballots in the middle of the night at 5 a.m. and
Well, I know at my polling location. So let me just let everyone know my polling location. I'm sorry, I'm gonna complain one more last time. That echo just got me. But so my polling location is R.F. Patterson Elementary School in Arlington, and I don't have the address of Kelly Elliott Road. I'm just letting everyone know, in case you're in that area, come to my polling location. We make sure we get it right over there. I don't know about everybody else, but yeah. So yeah, check that out. And yeah. So we're past 30 minutes, and this has been an interesting stream having three people talking
yeah.
in this one. For me, at least. I mean, I've been talking to myself for 30 minutes and hearing you in the middle.
Yeah. It's like an entire panel.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just like myself driving down the road every day, just hearing thoughts in my head. So, next month, I almost said next week. So next month, um, we may have one of the Texas gubernatorial candidates on. Like I said, hopefully we'll find out in time. We'll make a graphic, make a big presentation of it, and hopefully I won't have none of these technical difficulties and all that. So Harper, what you got coming up?
I'm just working on an article, and that's pretty much it. Just my life has been work lately, but keeps me busy.
Okay. Well, uh, I'm not doing the podcast anymore, so
Oh,
I have
that's new.
nothing going on. So other than being an election judge on Tuesday. So like I said, come out there and cast your vote. If you live in that district, don't be coming there trying to do it illegally. I'll catch you. I got the rule book right here. So I am not gonna let y'all go. Y'all better have photo ID. And if you don't have photo ID, then you have to have another form, and then you have to put in what they call an impediment declaration. Like I said, I'm reading up all on
He
it,
knows. He
making sure.
knows.
Yeah, that's right. And we're gonna make sure we get all the votes. One person, one vote. That's it. So anyway, enough of that. So yeah, so for Harper Price and Brian Bledsoe, we appreciate watching Living in Freedom and putting up with me complaining and, and all the other stuff that's been going on. So we'll see you next month, and hopefully we'll have an interview with one of those gubernatorial candidates.
Sounds
All
good.
right, bye.